Hi, my little sweets. Hello, my schmugs. My little buggers, my little pumpkins, my little sweet potatoes, my little turkey leg. Hi. Hi, pickle. Hi. I hope this video finds you well. This is a general message, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Please use your own discernment and intuition. Yes, sometimes this isn't your message. This could also be like someone around you is going through this and you start to hear their story and you're like, oh, I've heard a reading on this before. This is what's happening. So please keep that in mind. It's not always your story. It could just be something that's happening around you. That's just for general knowledge. Or it could just not be at all. You know? Take it as it resonates, babes. I love you so much. I just bent the crap out of this card. Shuffling. It's the Fool. I'm going to put that out because it wanted to pop out. I will never reach out to you for personal readings because I am not doing them. Like I said, I may change my mind one day, but and maybe just do like events or like in-person ones, but I don't do anything over the computer or anything like that. So not me. Okay, babes? Not me. Do not give them your money and please report them. All right. You are very detailed oriented. The things that matter to you, it's like humble magic. It's like your willingness to do the nitty gritty and pay attention to the little things serves you. And that also helps you get these intuitive messages. It was interesting because I was going to choose my Halloween deck, but I was called to do my prairie deck, my prairie tarot deck. So curious what that's all about. You're a hard-working man. Oh, yes, I was gonna light a candle for you all. Looking at that Fool card, you're not, because you are detail oriented, you can trust yourself to take on big projects and trust that you can get through because you see things that other people don't. So you can have that confidence to take on these big things. So like, let's say you've like wanted to not do something because it just seemed like too much, or like I don't have the time for this, and like making up all these excuses. It's because you don't fully trust yourself and your ability to get through wrenches that get thrown in, or you know, just little blips and speed bumps and things you have to work through, like problems. If you have anything like that that's kind of like making you hesitate, you can totally trust yourself because you see shit that other people don't. And in fact, that gives you the tools, which is interesting because there's straight blind confidence in others and they take on these things, but you actually see everything and think differently, and to where you could actually get over these humps, these problems, you know, whatever that arise. You could actually really solve these because, and in a completely efficient and better way than anyone else. But you don't like see how strong you are in that. So give yourself that credit that you can jump into things and take on these projects and take on these things because you see things differently. And because you do have that energy, that humble magic, you can ask for help and not be like your pride doesn't get hit, or you know, whatever, you don't take it in that way, and that actually helps you. Yeah, we have the Seven of Swords. You have such, see how it's behind his back? Like, you have so many aces up your sleeve and you don't even fucking know it. Like, it's hidden from you. Oh yeah, I'm trying to light a candle here. I'm getting all excited into the reading, but I want to light a candle for you all. All right. With this candle, I set the intention that anyone who comes across this message, comes across this video, will find healing physically, spiritually, emotionally, on all planes, known and unknown, all in the name of the Holy Spirit. And if you all have the same intention for whoever comes across this video, you know, it could just be somebody in the background when you're watching it, having that intent for them and anyone else, that's going to strengthen that prayer and that intention, and they will all find healing. And with this, I pray that every person that comes across this video, is around this video, runs into luck, abundance, and endless opportunities to rise in vibration and have a more fulfilling life, all in the name of the Holy Spirit. All right. Take on those opportunities with that Fool card. Yeah, so you have so many tricks up your sleeve, in your bag, and you don't really give yourself that credit. And you should challenge yourself to these opportunities, take on these big, with that mountain, take on these big things, because you'll be pleasantly surprised. Yes, you're going to meet struggle, contrast, whatever, but for one, we all need that to have a good experience, a rich experience in life. And it gives you the confidence to dig deeper and like go for bigger things. It's just that first leap of faith. It could just even be like, let's say you've never painted a vehicle before and you're like, oh, I think it'd be so cool to like paint a vehicle. Like, I don't know what I'm doing though, so I'm just not gonna do it. When instead, like, you could just go for it. Like, if you fuck it up, like, yo, it's your first time. But because you do see these different things in different ways, that gives you like so many tools. Like, you have so many tools, you have so many tricks in your bag that you could actually do this with ease. Like, maybe you fumble a little bit at the beginning, but the way you see, the way you can think, it's different than others. And it's funny because these people go in with this blind arrogance, pride, whatever it is, and they bomb this, and they're still like, fuck yeah, okay, well. And here you are just being so hard on yourself that you're not even allowing yourself the experience, when you would actually like crush this, like gold star amazing. Of course. So this comes from, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This has come from people like rejecting you. Like, let's say there was like a team effort. Like, let's say you went to help your mom with something. You're like, oh, okay, I think I'll try this. You getting so hyper criticized and like, just like, don't, you're fucking it up, get away. That like put this on you, this overthinking, fear of doing things because you're like haunted by that. So, and that wasn't even a thing. Like, they were just frustrated. There was nothing you did actually wrong. It was just like they didn't have any patience or whatever. They were already frustrated and insecure in that moment anyway. And you just like got caught in the crossfire. There was nothing personal on you. You didn't fuck it up. So you need to remind yourself that had nothing to do with you. Yeah, you were rejected. Like, let's say you were playing like dodgeball in elementary school or something and you didn't get picked for the team until like you were the last person standing there, like, oh, I guess I'll take them. Like that, those little things add up to the adding to this, like, oh, I don't have the right skills to do this, to take this on or whatever. No. That had nothing to do with you. It's their own fucking bullshit. That, like, don't take that personally. Yeah, you did, and it's affected you up until this point still. Even those little things that you'd be like, yeah, well, you can logic your way out of that and talk yourself out of like being affected by it, but it still stung. It still made an impact. Ace of Cups in reverse. Interesting. The Two of Cups. That's very interesting. A lot of people didn't want you to have, this is just like their own insecurities, their own wounding, jealousies. So there may have been people that saw that you were liked and they didn't get that as a child or whatever it is. So they wanted to like block you from like having these deep connections because they didn't feel like they had them, or they didn't get that at your age that you were at the time. So they blocked you from that because it's like, well, and it's all unconscious. They're not trying to hurt you, but they're like, no, this is like, they just felt like it was the right thing to do to block you or whatever. So you didn't have that self-love, that confidence to have these deep connections, or just even with yourself, having that deep soul connection with yourself, because they didn't want you to like love on yourself and fill your cup. They just, because that's how they felt. That's what they experienced, and they were jealous. So you never got to experience these little things. And so those little, they made you, these things, it's weird because these things that happened to you formed who you are, who made you this like unstoppable force. However, like you don't get to see it that way because it came out of like this tearing down, insulting, rejecting experiences that happened from, you know, friends, family, lovers, whatever. That actually made you even better. But these things also kept you from seeing your potential. It's a horrible double-edged sword, because it's like, oh, you're so good, like you pay attention, you see things others don't, because you were forced into this survival mode of like, fuck, if I keep fucking up, like I'm not gonna get this, or like I'm gonna be criticized, I'm gonna be hurt again, I'm nothing, so I need to work even harder, because that's what you were told, that's what these behaviors made you feel. We have Judgment card, and it slapped right down on my full card here. But now's the time to come out of this grave, out of this sleeping energy, this blinded, eyes closed. I'm just seeing like the vampire coming out of the coffin. Like, because, what is it? Underworld, where they like wake the vampire up, the king or whatever leader. So they have to like put blood in there and like wake him up. I'm just seeing that, like, you've been so depleted, drained, like there's nothing in you. And then now's the time to like wake up to like who you really are and get your power back. It's time to see who you really are. Come out of this dungeon, out of the dark, out of the coffin, and like show them what you're made of. Because they're watching. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. They're stalking. They're watching. For whatever reason, they might be subconsciously just keeping tabs on you. For, you know, they don't even notice what they're doing. They're stalking the shit out of you, whatever it is. They're watching. It's time to like show them what you're made of, because and be okay with being seen and putting yourself out there. Keep getting bigger and bigger and testing yourself further and further. Ooh, I'm also getting, these might be like, let's say you were the firstborn or whatever in the children, middle, whatever. You were the only one that was like super hyper criticized. And so all of your siblings, cousins, whatever it is, they had like more confidence. They went for things. They started their own business and you didn't because you were like, oh, I couldn't. And so you always wondered like, wow, like how is this person so good at that? And like, why do they have like the confidence to do this? Like you may have not consciously wondered, but like you knew something was different. That's because like you were hyper criticized. Whatever energy was within you. And unfortunately, this was part of your soul contract, overcoming this. So yes, maybe your parents or whoever this was, uncles, whatever, they did criticize you and were all of that stuff. But that was just the darker universal energies testing you, coming up against you because you're something different. You see differently. You just move differently in this world. And you needed those things to be molded into this person you are. You had to overcome and gain the confidence despite being told the exact opposite. You're bad, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're this, that, whatever. You had to learn that you are the exact fucking opposite. You're powerful, you're strong, you're smart, you're agile, you're quick, you're beautiful, attractive, strong. You're all of these things, but you had to learn, you had to overcome these darker forces. You just had a larger assignment. And these darker forces are helping you. As fucked up as it sounds, like they came up against you, but they're making you. This is part of your assignment. This is part of the story. It's honestly like you signing up for a marathon. Like you fucking did this. Like, yeah, maybe you shit your pants while you were running, whatever. Like, you signed up for that. As fucked up as it is and uncomfortable, this is what you signed up for. This is your assignment. You wanted this. At your soul level, your higher self wanted this. Just like when you play, I don't know, Monopoly or some shit. Like, you gotta go through the stuff. Yeah. Let them watch and don't even fucking worry. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Don't let them keep you up at night. Don't let this negative dark force win. It's serving its purpose. It's 100% part of it. You have to overcome this. Don't let it keep you up at night. Don't let it worry you. Just because all of this is watching, that could even be the dark forces within these people, just entities, whatever, watching. Let them watch, bitch. You ain't winning. Okay, throw some more challenges at me, bitch. Let's go. You don't even know the depth of your resiliency. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing yourself how fucking resilient you are. And you can trust that this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. In fact, you've been playing small this entire time. Because the little dog, see, it's like, don't go. That's that darker energy trying to keep you small, trying to keep you fearful. The enemy is fear, homie. The Two of Pentacles fell out in reverse. It's time to drop this, like, hemming and hawing and feeding. Because essentially, without going into these things and challenging yourself and letting yourself be seen, you've been juggling too much to where you can't succeed. You've been feeding yes, you've been feeding the light by praying and doing your thing and whatever else, and like, you know, just being alive and being a light worker, light person. Like, you have that good heart and you're feeding that. However, you're feeding the dark energies by playing small. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't have the time, or I shouldn't, like, it's just a waste. Like, you know, all these little excuses. When you think that shit's cool as fuck, like, you want to do it. Like I said, you want to paint a car one day. Even if that doesn't lead to anything further than you just doing that one car, you overcame that, like, it would just be a waste. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, even though you have the desire to do it, like, that would be cool. And that's just a little, like, physical thing. There could be so many other things that you're, like, putting off because, oh, I don't know. You're still feeding the dark energies. You're letting them win. They're doing their job. That you're supposed to come up against them. That everything needs balance. And these dark forces, dark energies are serving their purpose. To mold you, to form you. Because if you just give in to them, then you weren't ready. Not this lifetime. But if you come up against them, show how resilient you are, and just be like, let's go. Come on, more. Give it more. I'll show you how resilient I am. This ain't shit to me, man. Page of Cups in reverse. Like, that, I see that card as like false intuition, like not realizing that it's actually fear that you're listening to instead of your actual intuition. You're letting your mind take over that intuitive hit, and then you start second guessing yourself. And that's what that dark force is doing, helping you undo, you know, that veil of forgetting. That's what you're doing. Like, you're feeding into the veil of forgetting, feeding into that you are a pure source. You can overcome anything. You are resilient. You're strong. You are everything amazing. And you're giving into this darker energy that was in your parents, in your family, your friends, these lovers that you experienced up until this point that made you feel small and weak and whatever else. Useless. Dude, oh man. One more. Thank you. So, oh shit, bitch. We have all wands here. We have the 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, or fence posts, whatever you want to call it in this deck. Page of fence posts. As soon as you realize that that shit wasn't intuition, fear and any of those uncomfortable, anxious feelings is never intuition. It comes from a neutral place. So if you start overthinking it and trying to understand it even further, that's your mind, your ego taking over. That's that darker energy that you're feeding. And soon as you recognize that and get the confidence in knowing that you can overcome anything, trusting that, so horses are like your power, your strength. So trusting that strength, that power within you, because you have that horse energy in you. You can be this strong, majestic, agile beast. You have that within you, and trusting that you can make it. You can hurdle any of this. But in doing so and coming into that, that's going to cause some healing. And you're going to face just, you know, it's like looking at this dude. He's like, fuck, this fence is all fucked up. I'm having to fix this. This is overwhelming. Like, I got to get this done so we can move cattle. Like, he's thinking about all this shit. And he's like, fuck, I got to work into the night. The sun's setting and I'm still not fucking done. And we got to move cattle tomorrow. You know, the weather's coming, whatever it is. He's like, shit. Like, let that overwhelm come in, sit with it, and be like, nah, I'm still grinding. I still gotta get this done. I'm not letting this bullshit take over. You know, do your pause of like spaz out a little bit, whatever you need to do, and catch yourself and be like, no, fuck that. I'm not feeding this energy. Simply no. You're no longer part of me. You're not going to win. I'm not going to feed this. Yeah, okay, I gotta grit my teeth and lean in. Fuck it, let's go. Let's see what's on the other side of this. Because maybe you haven't done that. Maybe you've given up or didn't trust yourself. You're like, oh shit, somebody else has to take over. Like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I just won't, you know, whatever. Letting that energy win when in fact you could be, like, there's gonna be challenges and you're gonna meet this overwhelm by taking that leap of faith, taking that hurdle, because you fed this insecurity, the fear, all of this up until this point. And it's a new challenge, it's a new adventure. And knowing that this is all new to you and having that student mentality, that beginner mentality, this is like that apprentice energy. It's gonna take some learning and undoing with that Nine of Wands. Like, I gotta heal this fucked up part of myself. Like, yeah, a good example would be like, let's say you replaced a fuel pump on a vehicle before, and something bad went wrong. Like, something bad happened. Like, it was spraying fuel all over the place. It didn't work. It ended up breaking. Like, somehow it got like shorted out, and like the electronic part of it doesn't work anymore. And it's like, oh shit. Like, and that was the first time you've done it. And you just gave up instead, like, of accepting, like, okay, let me make sure, like, let me try a different one and let me do a little research on it. Like, instead of trying again, you just like gave up. So that is that Nine of Wands energy of like, okay, this bad thing has happened before. I'm fearful of this happening again. I don't want to ruin this, but I need to try again. I need to grit my teeth and overcome this fear of failure because I have maybe messed up once or whatever it is. Or maybe you didn't even fuck up and somebody told you you did because they were jealous. That could also have been a thing. Be open to this shit. You can learn. Don't let the thing, and see how there's this, like, it looks like a dove in the background. Have that like purity and freedom of heart to be like, okay, well, just be curious instead of, oh fuck, this fence is all fucked up and I need to call somebody else. Like, I shouldn't do this. I fucked it up. Like, instead of like giving into that fear of failure again, dude, that's how you learn. Be a little blind confident. And it's funny because you actually you see things so differently. You have that humble magic to yourself that you could crush anything you put yourself into. And you do. And you don't give yourself the credit. This is going to take some learning. This is going to take, because you might fuck something up, or, you know, it won't match your standard. That's okay. You have to keep trying, keep pushing yourself, keep challenging yourself, because you have everything within you to take on bigger things than just this little piddly bullshit. Don't let these voices, the darker energy, the fears, whatever, affect you. You have all of it and more than you could even think with that Seven of Swords. Like, you have so many fucking tricks up your sleeve. You are extremely powerful. Don't let this darker energy win. All right, babies, I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. I thank you for being here. Okay, I love you. Bye.